Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the New Orleans Saints and the Denver Broncos. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Simeon. Screen play. Anderson. They got 29 yards there. And it's a first down for the Broncos.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Simeon. To the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Stephon Anthony acclimated quite quickly to the NFL. As soon as he joined the team, he became their leading tackler.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. They'll look to throw. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's been a pretty darn good drive to start things off here in this game. Move the ball downfield well, and after that run, they're set up at 1st and goal.
They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
That's caught at the 2. And he'll get nothing out of that one. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll drop to throw, surveying the field. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. He'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Their big tight end, a yard touchdown Brown. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now a handoff to Ingram. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Now Breeze on the bootleg. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's brought down after a good gain. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeMarcus Ware in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now Breeze throwing on second down. He's got time in the pocket, and they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now Anderson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, it doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Breeze now to throw. And he's got Snead. Give him 6 on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Time running out here on the play clock. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game. All right, no analysis needed on that one. I've got to ask you about something else. Teams who have started out 0-3 so far, I think out of them, Jacksonville is the one I would still keep an eye on. That talent level, the ability to strike on offense with Bortles and those great receivers, I don't think they're totally out of it just yet in the AFC South.
Just what I was going to say. You know, we're talking about the AFC South. Nobody looks dominant there right now. So even at 0-3, I think they still have a chance.
Yeah, after what happened to Houston in New England, I think everyone looks at them as not maybe being vulnerable, but also maybe not a team that's going to run away from them in the division.
Although only 5 0-3 teams have made the playoffs. We'll see if they can change that and make it 6. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you? When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 35 yards.
And we all know it's turned into a passing league in the NFL, but that doesn't mean people still don't like to run the football. When you run it that successfully, your offensive line is fired up. What they want to do each and every game is run block. Get out and smack some people. I would say go ahead and run it again.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back to Denver right after this. Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. That's caught at the 1. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run. Ingram. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Mark Ingram taking it in. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. They go back to the air here after the INT. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. All right, let's take a peek at the league-wide landscape. 5 teams undefeated at 3-0. You've got the Ravens, Eagles, Pats, Vikings, and Broncos. Now, partner, throw out for a second, if you will, the Pats and the Broncos. Of those other 3 undefeated teams, who has the biggest chance of making some noise?
I think the Vikings. And I know they had to make the move for Sam Bradford because of the Teddy Bridgewater injury. And that's working out pretty well. He's 2-0 so far as a starter. But it's their defense. They remind me a lot of Denver in 2015, that season. The defense carrying the team, give them enough offense to stay in those games, and the defense might just do the rest. Mike Zimmer's got a heck of a collection over there.
By the way, statistician Ed Brady just gave me this note. 76% of 3-0 teams since 1990 have made the playoffs. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Simeon. And Fowler's got it. And he's brought down after a good gain. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Now Simeon. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Now, let me ask you about Philadelphia for a second. When you were doing all your draft analysis, looking at the quarterbacks coming into this class, did you think Carson Wentz not only be starting but have them off to a 3-0 start in Philadelphia?
Brandon, I have to admit, I didn't see a 3-0 start, but I was adamant that Carson Wentz should be the starting quarterback. It didn't matter to me if Sam Bradford was there or not. You take a guy at number 2 in the draft, you do everything possible to get him ready to play and put him out there right away. They had planned not to do that. Through some serendipity, he ends up becoming the starter, and now they can't imagine anyone else playing that position.
Well, it's worked. 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, and you know what they're saying right now. It's not Pennsylvania. It's what is it?
Wentzylvania.
It's Wentzylvania. And on 2nd and 10 now. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Left side here to Sanders. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
All right, here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 19 yards there on the pickup. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
All right, here we go. Leopard! 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 Leopard!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Looking to throw. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Set! Green 30!
They'll throw now on the final play. Backing up. He's going to go up top again. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. As time expires in the first half. And the Broncos are in for 6.
Did I just see all of that happen? Did I just see the pass, the catch in the end zone for a touchdown, the clock go to zeros? All we've got now is the PAT left before we end a really good half.
Yeah, that's something to take into the lockers. A little momentum to build on for sure.
And what I want you to watch is the team that kicks the PAT as we expected to go through the post. Watch how quickly they head to the locker room. They'll be the ones that have the momentum, and they'll be flying.
And here's Lewis. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
To throw, it's Breeze. Left side and caught by Flainer. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now Breeze on third down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Ingram again. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Breeze now. And this is going to be incomplete. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come out here in the eye. Throwing now is Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain. Brandon, this is why play callers get the big bucks. This wasn't a 4th and inches call. You get into situations like 4th and 3, 4th and 4, you've got a tough decision to make. Very gutsy play here, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and the running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And this seemingly endless drive continues.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yep.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop them. That's just great theater.
Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. shift together here from the D-line. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. A couple extra defensive backs are in there. Big play. 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the taunts. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Daniel Lasco taking it in. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. Fighting through. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Screen play, Anderson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still. And
Emmanuel Sanders, 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Emmanuel Sanders, 67 yards. And the Broncos have broken the tie. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Bree's going to throw. Brought in left side by Snead. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Caught right side at Snead. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Now a carry here for their fullback. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Easy.
He's back to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They're up by 1. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. You know, all the admonitions as they ran out there. Take care of the ball. Secure everything. Be tight in everything that you do. No let up. No crazy plays. And they can go home with a victory.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Daniel Lasco with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Saints add on to their lead. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Benny Fowler that time. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, you got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Here we go now. Boo, Lanny. Boo, Lanny. No. Check. Patriot. Black Knight in that Philly. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a hit jarring it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Back to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. To throw is Breeze. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And coming out now, the Broncos. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Flushed out right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. A great read, and it's picked off. And, you know, winning is good for all the obvious reasons. But if for nothing else, it makes tomorrow's film session a little more palatable, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed it does. Sometimes it helps you in the grading because the coaches will look at it, and if it's a borderline play for you, if you won the game, you might get a plus in your column instead of a minus.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.
freight train, trying to break chains. Everybody needs somebody, no doubt. Sugar, just step into your sneakers and step behind the